couple of years. And Jan, really the only form he showed is this weekend.
140.
Well, this is the first time Jan Dekker has made it through to the last 16 of a PDC ranking event. So this is already a significant weekend for him. First time ever he's made it through to the last 16 of a Euro Tour.
137.
If you look at who he's beaten already in Hendo and Chizzy, I love it when we can just refer to them with that one-syllable nickname.
Yeah, like Cher or Madonna.
Yeah, it's John and Dave, but we call them Hendo and Chizzy. Similar type players. Quite quick. What's Gary? Quite
100.
quick. So I think this game will suit Jan. Whether he'll be able to live up to the standard of G.Anderson, we are about to find out.
Well, he'll just look to try and set this up. 80 scored. Another treble 20 lead, double 19. That's what he's pondering here. Not his favourite double. But the thing is, if you go 18s, even if you get the treble, you're not going to get 3 darts at
100.
In the end,
124.
puts in a ton. 78. Anderson, 1-2-4 for a 12 darter to break. 14 for bull. Oh, the treble for double 11. Great darts, G.Anderson, 12 darter. Jan Dekker, right from the off, being put under pressure by the world champion.
I was just about to say that Jan Dekker really does know that since his semi-final Lakeside days, that his standard has got to go up. If he's going to make more last 16s and quarterfinals in the PDC, well, there was a snapshot of the kind of thing that you will expect when you play G.Anderson the way he's playing right now. There wasn't
99.
a wire in sight with those 3 darts. They were plumb.
$60.
Jan had left himself a 2-dart checkout after 4 visits to the board. But
96.
You're up against the world number 2. You can just chuck 12 darters at you for fun and do it all day.
He doesn't even need the obligatory porcupine.
No, he certainly doesn't. I mean, G.Anderson has always said that, you know, if I play like I can, then the 125 average is coming. And believes that he can do that, particularly over a shorter distance.
99.
And this is a relatively short distance for Gary, or for anybody. And he's a guy who's used to winning world titles, playing best of 13 sets.
I was saying yesterday when Jan was playing that coming from a different circuit to this European Tour and to the Pro Tour, which is the same format,
171.
you've got to get used to playing slightly longer matches. Treble 19. Oh, a little bit too much force on that one, so it's kicked into the 3. So Jan Dekker is going to come back to answer Gary's 12 and a possible 13, but
47.
I'll definitely take it just at this visit.
And you require 36.
Will he like double 9? No, he won't. So Gary's coming back for 69. He'll be wishing that he didn't hit that 3 now. Let's see what he can do with it. Where's he going to go? Treble 15 or treble 19? 19 it is. 10 for tops. Prefers tops. Oh, it was a well-thrown dart.
And you require 8.
Not enough force though, so Dekker's coming back for a cleaner target in double 4. Down for 2s now.
Rushed it. Double 1, Madhouse.
6.
Misses. And Jan Dekker, in his previous 2 games, the averages weren't good, but he was hitting 40% of his doubles, and that helped him get the win. And right now, he can't hit a double at all. Mind you, G.Anderson's struggling all of a sudden. Last dart, Anderson. How many times have you seen that over the last 2 or 3 years?
I'm going to tease you, Gary said. Now, if you're going to have that little weakness of throwing that dart a bit too quickly, like he did at double 2, I agree with you, Dan. And Gary's going to mop up. Well, that 1
78
is a wide. That's very uncharacteristic. All he can say is that it maybe just slipped out of his fingers, which he can excuse in a very hot atmosphere here in Dusseldorf.
100.
You can't afford to have too many of them, that's for certain.
No, you certainly can't. I've talked with Martin Schindler, the German lad who made it through qualifying, as Anderson fires in 180 number 1. Hit 3 of those against Kim Viljanin yesterday and only 7 legs. Yeah, I had a word with Martin Schindler and he was saying it was so hot up there, I just couldn't grip my darts. They were flying out of my hand. There was one moment he's going for treble 19, but accidentally put it in the double 19 because he wasn't able to hold on to them. That's why, well, part of the reason why he got a bit of a hiding in his first round game.
137.
I think it's one of those things with heat that you just have to continually play in this kind of atmosphere to get used to it. You can try chalk on your darts like Mensah does.
45.
But ultimately, you've just got to be 100% comfortable in your body and with your hand on the dart.
Comfortable with this, Gary?
66.
Well, looked it. Not far away from the tops. Jan Dekker is left with a huge one just to hold his throw and get a first leg on the board. And it's not going to happen. And we have seen people go 3-0 down and drag their way back. But this is 3-0 down with 2 breaks of throw as well, assuming that Anderson takes this out. And the thing is, you just believe he will. And he does. And it's a 14-darter and a second break of throw. And Gary Anderson, still 1.5 matches into this tournament, has only lost 1 leg.
You get the feeling that Michael van Gerwen and Gary Anderson are almost playing like they're on the clock. They want to get rid of their opponents quickly because they want their hourly rate to go up.
Well, they're not getting paid any extra for being up there for 45 minutes. It only took 12 minutes for Gary Anderson to see off Kim Viljoen. It only took 9 for Michael van Gerwen to beat Jamie Caven 6-0 yesterday.
There has been a couple of errant darts from Gary, but he has
85.
fixed it later on. And this is a mountain to climb for Jan Dekker, it really is. But however, if he does lose this match, he can look at this weekend as a real step in the right direction. He used to have a different nickname, didn't he?
Mr. Coates.
Where's the coat gone?
140.
It's more like a chocolate bar now, double Dekker.
If this carries on, he'll be getting his coat, putting it on and going home very shortly, because he is not challenging Gary Anderson here. The one leg where he did
140.
look to be in a strong position, he missed a handful of doubles. Gary Anderson took advantage, and he's all set to fire in another leg of sub-15 darts here, the Flying Scotsman, and go 4-0 up.
139. Gary requires 36.
Double 18 is what he's looking at. That's a good marker for him.
Shots and a full flag. Gary
Just
Anderson
doesn't miss those shots anymore, Gary Anderson. He used to a few years ago. That's what basically stood between him and winning more titles than he did. He's still in the Premier League in that time.
Yeah, I think his action now is as good as it's ever been, and it just doesn't break down. It's perpetual motion, much like MVG.
180.
And that is 180 number 2 for Gary Anderson, whose average creeps up to just over the 102 points.
60.
It is the final day of these European Tour events where the players have to turn up, play their stuff, and maintain a consistent level, and that was so nearly 6 perfect darts, just straying into the treble 7 when he wanted the 19, and had he hit the 57, then you know what? The 144, a lot of players consider it a little bit easier than the 141. 2 in the treble 20 for the double 12.
Absolutely. I fancy him leaving tops here. But don't hit a 180, Gary.
140.
Well done. This is not bad at all.
What a leg of darts this is. Potential 10-darter. I've seen
133
10-darter this weekend. And there's number 2, and you don't get much better than that. 10-darter, 5-0, 3 breaks of throw, and Anderson is throwing for a whitewash victory and a place in the quarterfinals.
I think we're seeing why Gary was such a big favourite. I mean, he looks really comfortable on that stage. Not everybody has been, but Gary's been around the block a few times. He's played in a few cold atmospheres, played in a few hot ones as well. And Gary's not a whinger. He gets on with things.
You look at that. 12, 14, 14, 10.
97.
Just that dodgy leg in the second leg where Jan Dekker missed a bunch of doubles. Yeah, 5 in total. Were it not for that leg, I mean, Gary Anderson would be averaging ridiculous numbers. As it is, he's averaging nearly 105. And that first
97
is what Gary Anderson is about.
I think Gary Anderson's just, he wants to play well enough. Every time I have a saying, enough is always enough.
91.
Whether it's 6-5, whether it's 6-0, he just wants to get over the line. But in these instances, I think it's important to try and get rid of this game really fast.
98. And you require 170.
Make it easy for yourself, because you could potentially be back for a very long night.
Well, the 170 is not going. The 120 for Gary Anderson for a 6-0 whitewash. 107 average in the first game he played yesterday. Double top. And that is stunning from the world champion. A 6-0 thrashing of Jan Dekker. And the Flying Scotsman averages nearly 105 to back up his 107 yesterday. And I think he has put it beyond any doubt that he is genuinely capable of going all the way and winning another European Tour title.
Yeah, get the clock out, because that was pretty fast indeed. It might have been really close to what MVG did against Jamie Caven yesterday, but a stunning display from the world champion. And we'll have a word with him right now with Elmer Polka.
Gary, congratulations. 6-0, it's so fast, it's so quick, it's unbelievable.
I think that's how darts should be played. You know, you get up there, you play your darts. I mean, Jan's a very quick player as well, so it makes the game good, it flows good.
Sometimes when I see matches of you or of Michael van Gerven, I'm thinking about, have we reached a limit of quality, or is still more possible?
I hope still more possible. You know, I mean, Michael's different class now. I mean, we just turn up to try to beat him, which we're not having very much luck about it. But no, keep playing, see what we can do.
We are looking forward to the rest of the tournament. It's going to be an interesting day, I think. Thank you very much. Gary Anderson, the Flying Scotsman. Steht damit also im Viertelfinale und es wird verdammt schwierig sein, ihn zu bezwingen. So, und damit wartet schon die nächste Partie auf uns. Kim Heibrechts gegen Wes Newton.